Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all of you. Today we are going to speak about the propaganda of CAIR. Now, for those who do not know, CAIR is the one who represent the terrorists in America. Now, CAIR, they are trying to prove to you that there are people who they are against murdering people. And this is before I challenge, before I make this challenge, I want to make it clear that when we say CAIR represent terrorists in America, I mean it literally. CAIR founder, he is a Hamas member, Hamas leader. And all of us, we know what Hamas is. Now, when CAIR come and say national Muslim leaders to hold news conference to condemn Orlando shooting, urge Muslims to donate blood for victims, like come on, that's really a joke. That's really an extreme joke, which is unbelievable. But this is how much the deception of this cult work. Now, I want to ask the leaders of CAIR, and this is my challenge for those Abduls. When a Muslim he donate blood to the victims who they are not Muslims, and not only they are not Muslims, they are gays. Is that according to the Islamic Sharia law? Or this is according to the false fiction propaganda, which is nobody will go to donate? Is that really according to Islam? What Muhammad he said to do with those who they are not Muslims, first of all, and those who they are not straight sexually, second of that. Muhammad he said, the one who do the act of people of Lut, which means he is a gay, kill him. So what do you mean when you say we want to donate for the gays? Isn't it your prophet who said he killed them? Isn't it him who said kill them? What do you mean you want to donate for those who they are gays and you Muslims kill them? Is that a fabrication of a new religion which does not exist, or you Muslims are against Islam today? Obviously, no Muslim will dare to say I am against what the Prophet said, and all of them they know and they agree with their Prophet. However, the propaganda in this stage need to say we Muslims we are willing to donate our blood. Well, they are dead already, you idiot. What blood? And who is going to put in his nerves the bloods of Muslims? You might wake up second day as a terrorist. So I want to understand when CAIR they say that you Muslims, we encourage Muslims to donate their blood to the victims. This is based on what? The religion of the Hindus, the Buddhas, the atheists. Which religion? I could not find a base for what they are doing, except they are a bunch of liars. And just to show you how false the Muslims are in everything, not only in their statement, even in their translation. Look how big the hadith is in Arabic. You see how big it is? Look how big, look. And look how small it is in English. Perfect translation. You know, it's a diet time. The same as the tafsir of Ibn Kathir. Tafsir Ibn Kathir, the real one, is many books. The one we find in the internet, it is in a very like strict diet. So when your prophet he said, if somebody do the work of the act of the people of Lut, many people do not know what the act of Lut in Islam he is a prophet, and this is a name is taken from the Bible too. Muhammad he stole it, but he thought he is a prophet, and he said the people of Lut they used to be gays, homo, all right. So anyone he do the act of the people of Lut, kill him. Kill the one is doing it and the one is done to it, which mean both. That is Islam. So you want to fool who when you say, you know what, we condemn the killing of those gays, and not only this is not Islamic of you to say so, but this is nothing but a taqiyya. Now, for those who do not know what taqiyya is a behavior where Muslims they say to you, we love you, but in their heart they hate you. You can go to chapter 3 verse 28 and you can read by yourself the interpretation by Muslims, not by me. You see, we don't do what the Muslims do. You can see what the Muslim says about that verse. The verse saying clearly that you say to the Muslims, to the non-Muslims, doesn't matter who they are, you say to them, I love you, I'm your friend, as long your heart dislike this, it's fine. But if you mean it, you are out of Islam. Do you see it? It's forbidden for a Muslim to take you as a friend or even as a protector, which means a Muslim, he cannot approve your government or even police or even president or anything. But as long as you are weak in this country, you take it unless you protect yourself against them as safeguard, tuqatan in Arabic, as safeguard. All right, then that is to say you fear something, which means if they say, yeah, kill them, Allahu Akbar, they will be arrested, right? So if you fear something, then which in case may show a problem to you by saying those words, but not in your heart. So in your heart you should not mean those words. We can change the interpretation for other scholar, higher scholar, Ibn Abbas. Look what Ibn Abbas said. Ibn Abbas, even he make it more clear that if a Muslim, he take the non-Muslims as a friend, and you know, when you say you want to donate your blood to me, obviously you are not taking me only as a friend, you are taking me as a brother. You are giving me your blood. This is more than just a friend. Then we see the Quran saying, taking them as a friend, it is impossible and no way to do it. If you do it, you has no honor, no mercy or protection from Allah, which means a Muslim will be killed if he take you as a friend for real. However, unless it yet to be guard yourself against them, save yourself from them, talking as it were security, saving yourself from them by speaking in a friendly way toward them, why your heart dislike this? This is exactly what CAIR is practicing. So it is halal. In Islam, it is halal to make such a lie. This is called taqiyya, protection. They are protecting the Muslims from the outcome of their crimes. So don't think that we don't love you. We love you. We want to give you our blood, brother. Okay? We encourage the Muslims to give blood, brother. They have to do that because simply they have to practice taqiyya. For now, everybody is getting angry more and more from this cult, from this filthy religion. And this is how Islam is. Now, CAIR, they come with a new propaganda. ISLAMOPHOBIN, there's a new drug, which is like just for fun, supposedly. There's a new drug, it's called ISLAMOPHOBIN. Islamophobia maximum strength formula treat a blind intolerance. A blind intolerance? A Muslim is speaking about a blind intolerance. Let us see who is the blind in intolerance. This is your prophet, the prophet of the Abdul. Let us see what your prophet, if he is really blindly intolerant, maybe your medicine can work for your prophet before you use it on us. This is a story of a blind man. He owned a slave woman and he made her pregnant. He is what? He is a blind man. He is a Muslim. And he have a slave woman. She is a pregnant. So now we have a pregnant woman. So please take a note. Because remember, we have now a medicine will work with intolerance. Very nice medicine. I like that. I was waiting for this medicine for a long time. And we will see if this medicine will work with the Prophet of Islam, because I will prove to you that the one who have a problem with intolerance is the filthy man. His name is Muhammad. And in a second, you will see how disgusting he is. A blind man has a slave mother who used to abuse the Prophet. A woman, she abused the Prophet. How? Let us see how the abuse is happening. This is bad. She's abusing the Prophet. How? She always insults him by speaking bad about him. That's the abuse? That is the abuse? This is freedom of speech. You see what is abuse in Islam? You are abusing the Prophet when you speak your mind. And yet they are speaking about blind intolerance medicine. Her husband, he forbid her from doing that. Actually, he is not the husband, he's the owner. He owned her. But she did not stop. What an ugly woman. She is still abusing the Prophet by making a speech of a freedom of a speech. But you know, Islam is very tolerant. Always Islam allowed you to speak freely. This is why this medicine is not needed for the Muslims. Muslims do not have a problem with the blind intolerance. Come on. So the women, she keeps saying things about the Prophet like he is a false prophet, he is a child molester, whatever. So he rebuked her, but she don't give up. Her habit, it's a habit. Freedom of speech is a bad habit in Islam. And let us see what will happen to her because of her freedom of speech and because Islam is a religion of tolerance, not intolerance. Come on, take a note. One night, she began to slander the Prophet. She want to practice his freedom of speech. Where? In the Islamic State. Where? In the city of Muhammad. You believe it? You believe it how stupid this woman is? She do not know that the Prophet, who is the Prophet of tolerance, he will do what is coming. The Prophet, one night she began to slander the Prophet and abuse him. By what? By saying Muhammad is a false prophet, is a bad man. That's an abuse. So he took a dagger and he placed it in her belly. Man, she is a Britney. And she have a children's. And even he have a children's from her. She is his slave. And he pressed it in it and killed her. A child came between her legs, was covered by the blood of his mother. You see how ugly the image is? Look at the image, guys. The woman, what she did with her crime? She slandered the Prophet. She is doing what I am doing right now. I say Muhammad is a filthy man. And actually, I'm assuming she is not really saying that. I don't think she dared to say such a statement. But she's saying, I don't like him. Maybe, he's a false prophet. Maybe, like something like this. So the filthy man who owned her, he put a dagger in her belly, and she is a pregnant, which means he killed her and he killed her baby. And by the way, the translation is not really accurate. And then her son, her poor baby son, between her legs, covered by her blood, showered by her blood. Now wait, the Prophet, he will bring justice. The Prophet, who is his followers, the creators of Islamophobian medicine, he have the medicine for a blind intolerance, because this is intolerance of this blind guy. This blind guy, he have literally a blind intolerance. So Muhammad now is going to give him the medicine of a blind intolerance, which is Islamophobian. So what the Prophet did as a punishment for this man? When the morning came, the Prophet was informed about what happened. So he gathered the people. See, justice. You see how nice the Prophet. Like, come on, he did not let it go. He gathered the people, and he said, I've been told that there's a man. He done a crime. He did an action. He did something, and I encourage him to come and be in front of me right now. You should stand up. See, Muhammad, he is being fair. He is the judge. He is the king of the town. He is the king of the Abdul. Justice is going to happen in a second. Just wait. Come on, like, there's no way he will let this man go with his crime. Killing her with her pregnant baby and showering her baby son with the blood in a very ugly scene and description. And remember, this is the description of Muslims. God knows how ugly the image is more than this. Jumping over the necks of the people and trembling, the man stood up. Remember, he's blind. He sat before the Prophet and said, Messenger of Allah, I am her master. As I told you, she is a slave. And remember, Islam is against slavery. Huh? You see? Yeah. She used to abuse you and disrespect you. I forbid her. But she did not stop. What an ugly woman. Disgusting. You see this guy? He is full of tolerance. He'd keep telling her, don't do that, don't do that. I forbid her. She did not stop, and I rebuked her, but she did not abandon her habit. I have 2 sons like pearls from her. He have 2 sons. Look how filthy he is. He have 2 sons from her. And she was my companion. Last night she began to abuse and dispraise you. Like what? She disrespect the Prophet? Are you kidding me? Hold on. Before he took his action to kill her, I think if we were able to deliver this medicine to him, I think he will stop killing her. I mean, seriously. If we can get him the ISLAMOPHOBIN medicine, this guy will not kill this woman. But it's too late. This medicine came by CAIR in America almost 1500 years after, so it's too late, I guess. Next time. So I killed her. So I took a dagger and I put it in her belly and I pressed until I killed her. It's not an accident. I pressed until I killed her. Thereupon, look, the justice now. Seriously. You now, guys, you people, you will see the tolerance of the Prophet of the Abdul. The Prophet, upon that, he said, "Oh, be witness, no retaliation on the be able for her blood," which means there is no punishment for her blood. Why? Because she abused me and the Prophet. I am the Prophet of tolerance. A woman, she was killed just for making a statement. And those stupid Abduls, they want to give us a medicine of Islamophobia. Well, you better give it to your Prophet who is blind, literally, with the blind man who killed the women blindly with cold blood. And he showered her son with her blood. This is how ugly, disgusting this filthy religion, but yet they wanna publish their propaganda to fool you and to say to you, we are suffering from a blind intolerance. Blind intolerance, as if it is the Muslims are getting killed in the nightclub. As if it's the Muslims are slaughtered everywhere. When the fact it's the opposite. You see how they switch the facts upside down? Unthinking. You see, what are you talking about? This medicine will give you a medicine for unthinking. Oh, let me ask you a question. When your Prophet said that if a woman, she is lesbian, we have to jail her until she die, he was thinking or unthinking? He was in the stage of tolerance or intolerance? If we go to the Quran, chapter 4, verse number 15, it says, and if 2 of your women do it, which means they are lesbian, jail them until they die. Do you see it? If any of your women are guilty of loudness, which is called al-fahisha in Arabic, which means being a lesbian, because there are two women together. Take evidence about them, against them, and prove it, and then jail them in their houses until they die. Is that tolerance or intolerance? Now, by the way, here you will see Muhammad later, he changed his mind and he said, kill them. This is when Muhammad, in the beginning, before he was exposed that he himself was a gay. This is why you see here, if two men among you guilty of loudness, punish them both. Punish them by what? By beat them by sandals. So in the beginning, Muhammad, he said, beat them by sandals because he himself is a gay. But then to people, they start talking about him as a gay. So to prevent from this accusation, he went harsh and he said, whoever is a gay, kill him. When a bunch of people, they came to Muhammad and said to him, every house in Mecca, there is a gay. He said, okay, what do you want me to do? He said, order the people to kick them out. He said, okay, kick them out. And they said to him, what about the gay in your house? A gay in the house of the Prophet, he lived there? Anjasha, his name is Anjasha. So here you will see the double standard and the double tolerance of the filthy Muhammad. And here, when he was supposedly tolerant, you will see that the women, they will be jailed until death. But in the case of the men, we beat them by sandals. Like somebody might say to you, where do you get this? Like that we beat them by sandals. It doesn't say that. Well, we go right now to the Quran, chapter 4, verse number 16, and you can see clearly it says that. Nothing of our own. As I said, we don't give our own interpretation. All right? Read with me. You hurt them by beating them by sandals, and if they repent, you leave them alone. But this is against what Muhammad said later. And remember, Muhammad abrogated the Quran by one statement because the word of Allah is weaker than the word of Muhammad. So if somebody is homosexual, he is doing homosexuality, punish them both and with insult and beating them with sandals. You see it? So if they repent, then let them go. But in the case of the females, we don't let them go. We jail them in their houses until they die. Where is the justice here? How come the punishment for gays is different from the punishment of lesbian? However, Muhammad later, he fixed this and he make it harsh and he said kill them. This is why you see ISIS and the Muslims in the Middle East, they throw people from the top of the building to kill them if they are gays or lesbian. But usually if they are lesbian, they stone them. Now, Islamophobia, I think, is going to work if we give it to Muhammad and his followers more. Because obviously the one who have Islamophobia is not us, it's you Muslims. You are the one who have a phobia about your religion. Anyone do anything is offending you. Two gays walking in the street is offending you. Across in the street is offending you. Across in the street is offending you. A preacher in the street is offending you. The Bible is offending you. The pork is offending you. You are the one who have the phobia, not us. And look here. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. They are talking about spreading love. Did you see that? Like seriously. Like, come on. Muslims speaking about spreading love. I want to see that in the Quran. So I decided to go to the Quran to chapter 5 verse number 14. Because I like to see the Quran and Islam is spreading love. That's something really fantastic for me. I never heard it before. So I want to see how much really this is accurate. Spreading love. Actually, why we go there? Let's go here. This website is more clear. Spread love. Who is talking about spreading love? The followers of Muhammad, the members of Hamas. All right. Spread love. In chapter 5:14, it says, what? It says, from those who call themselves Christians, we take covenant, but they forgot the good part of the message that was sent to them. So we string them with enmity and hatred between them, one to other, until the judgment day. I thought you want to spread love. Your God does not agree. Your God saying, I'm going to spread hate. And we just showed you in chapter 3 verse 28 where the Muslims, they are not allowed to take you as a friend unless they take it as a security measure by lying to you, but in their heart is this like this. If you remember, for those who have a short memory. All right? Do you have a short memory? Your heart is this like this. So what do you mean spread love? Isn't it your Quran says in chapter 5 verse number 51, take not Christians and Jews as friends or protectors? Is that based on love or based on hate that you will not take me as a friend? Is that a way to spread love? You say to people, oh, you say to your children, hey, are you taking the Christians as your friends? Oh, Dad, no, I'm lying to them only. Ah, okay, that's good. Is it your Quran saying, take not the Christians and the Jews as friends? Seeking their assistance for help? Even seeking assistance for help is forbidden. And if you take them as a friend, you became one of them. Look what it says here. وَمَنْ يَتَوَلَّهُمْ مِنْكُمْ فَإِنَّهُ مِنْهُمْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَهْدِي الْقَوْمَ الظَّالِمِينَ. And the one who take them as a friend, he is one of them. Do you see it? Which means if a Muslim, he mean it really to take you as a friend, he became one of us. He became a Christian. He is not a Muslim no more. And he is unjust. And he is out of the protection of Allah, which means Muslims can kill him. You see it? You see the threat? So do you see how stupid, how filthy, how dummy this propaganda? But for sure they have a lot of money. They will spend a lot of money to spread this propaganda, and money work. So I advise you, by the way, warning, warning, may result a peaceful coexistence. What? Really? Peaceful in Islam? What happened to kill them wherever you find them, cut their heads? You know, I can show you endless stories of killing. How many people get killed just since the beginning of the month of Ramadan by the tolerant Muslims? And they are talking about Islamophobia, and they make a video about it, by the way. They make a video like, are you scared of a friend who is a Muslim? You know what? I will never take a taxi. The driver is a Muslim. I can show you tons of articles made by Muslims speaking about kidnapping non-Muslims. Number one, you hang an American flag in your board. Number two, you hang a cross. Even they hang a cross to make you believe that they are Christians. Number two, you quote a verse for them from the Bible when they jump in the car. That will make them relax, and then you kidnap them. Who in the world is going to trust a Muslim, Abdul? What are you talking about? How we can trust a Muslim? His God telling him in his holy book, you cannot take them as a friends. However, you can lie to them saying you are a friend. Now, if you decide to believe in the Muslim propaganda, and if you trust CAIR, that is your problem. By the way, can we trust CAIR itself? Like the founder of CAIR is from Hamas, and just not long time ago, last year, one of the high leaders of CAIR, he was arrested for leading a mafia sex trafficking for children. They use their Islamic centers as a way to traffic children. Bring your child to us in the Muslim traffic center, a sex trafficking center. So if you want to trust such an organization, you must be an idiot, officially stupid, and I leave that to you.
Philosophical approach is that everyone is included. You don't have the effect of different religions as they bind people together.
Now we heard this woman saying that in Islam they consider you as an equal person and you are a brother in humanity. When there is tons of verses in the Quran, as an example, the Quran says وَإِنَّمَا الْمُشْرِكُونَ النَّجِسِ, which means the non-believers are dirty, filthy, and therefore they are not allowed to go and enter into the no-go zone. You know, the Muslims are the first people in the world who established the no-go zone. And you know, I saw many stupid idiots in the internet. Some of them, they are actors, like the guy, his name is Russell something, he's an idiot. He was making fun of the no-go zone. The fact the no-go zone exists, if you enter the territory of Mecca or Al-Medina, you are dead for sure, for this is no-go zone. And this is, you can be fined. If you want to see the proof, you can go right now to chapter 9 verse number 28 in the Quran, where it says those the mushrikun, which mean the pagans, and they believe we are pagans. And by the way, it doesn't mean you are a Christian or a Jew or a Hindu, it doesn't matter, or you are an atheist. You are, all of you together, you are filthy, dirty. So those who they are mushrikun, they are filthy, najis mean you are dirty, the same as a sewage. So they are not allowed to come from the like a protected area, the no-go zone, which is the holy shrines of Islam and the city of Mecca and Al-Medina. So when somebody make fun of this, he is being stupid because he don't know. He believes this is a lie. Same time, when a woman like this, she lied to us and she say we are equal in Islam. We are equal in what? The punishment in Islam is not equal to Muslims and non-Muslims. As an example, if a Christian kill a Muslim, he will be killed. But if a Muslim, he kill a Christian, he will not be killed. Muhammad, he said that no Muslim will be killed for killing a non-believer. So if a Muslim, he killed you, it's okay. But if you kill a Muslim, then you will be killed. Where is the justice here? In Islam, you will see right now in the coming video many of the lies actually, but here we are just trying to expose some of it to show you that those people are not trustworthy to listen to. Don't let a Muslim lie to you. And I encourage everybody to watch this video. Please download this video and post it everywhere you want. You can cut it pieces, no problem. Alright, you can cut my video pieces to make it small if you want. And there's many ways to download videos. There's tons of ads ones in Firefox. You can add it to your page and you can download. Actually, in Real Prayer you can download. There's many ways. So download the videos and let us spread the truth and expose the liars. Thank you. Let us continue watching.
Someone is either you're equal in faith or they're your brother in humanity. We don't, those distinctions that you're
making, wants to come in here. Susan.
For example, open Bukhari, you will find a hadith that if you find a Jew or a Christian walking down the street, push them.
Come in here. Susan.
For example, open Bukhari, you will find a hadith that if you find a Jew or a Christian walking down the street, push them to the side. It is well known from what Umar ibn al-Khattab and the Khulafa ar-Rashidin used to implement, that the Jew and Christian was not allowed to ride on a horse when the Muslim is riding on the horse. They will have to walk. Allah, He said in the Quran about the jizya, that fight the people of the book. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, it's in the Quran, fight the people of the book and those who do not believe that what Allah has made lawful as lawful and what Allah has made unlawful as lawful, until they pay the jizya and feel themselves subdued. The purpose of the jizya is to make the Jew and the Christian know that they are inferior and subjugated to Islam. Okay? In the Muslim state, although the Jew and Christian is free to practice their religion, this is allowed, but they cannot display their cross. And even in the time of Umar, they were not allowed to reconstruct or construct new churches. All of this is to create an atmosphere where it is encouraging the people to come to Iman and Islam.
Now, there is a big lie the Muslims they keep repeating to us, saying that Islam condemned the killing of innocent people. Actually, we heard that from Obama, the big fat liar, and even I think from George Bush, the other fat liar too. The fact, the verse they quote for you is chapter 5, verse number 32, and this one is a verse was given to the Jews saying that if you kill an innocent person, as if you killed all mankind. Now, Muslim, they will not tell you who is the innocent people. You see, a naive person who do not know, he will say, well, the Quran says that, you should not call innocent people. But the Muslim, they will not tell you that innocent is those who believe in Allah. If you are not innocent, you are guilty. And it's okay to kill you and slaughter you. So watch with me and see how we can expose the lies as it is without makeup, without being politically correct.
I just wonder why you won't condemn it when your own leader, Omar Bakri, said quite simply, I condemn the killing of innocent people on the 20th of July. Why won't you say what he said?
No, at the end of the day, innocent people, when we say innocent people, we mean Muslims. As far as non-Muslims are concerned, they have not accepted Islam. As far as we're concerned, that is a crime against God.
I want to be clear about what you're saying. This is very important. You're saying only Muslims can count as innocent people.
As far as Muslims are concerned, you're innocent if you are a Muslim, then you're innocent in the eyes of God. If you are non-Muslim, then you're guilty of not believing in God. Yes, there were many victims.
You're guilty. Are you seriously suggesting
Open Bukhari, you will find a hadith that if you find a Jew or a Christian walking down the street, push them to the side. It is well known from what Umar ibn Al-Khattab and the Khulafa ar-Rashidin used to implement, that the Jew and Christian was not allowed to ride on a horse when the Muslim is riding on the horse. They will have to walk. Allah, He said in the Quran about the jizya, that fight the people of the book. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, it's in the Quran, fight the people of the book and those who do not believe that what Allah has made lawful as lawful and what Allah has made unlawful as lawful, until they pay the jizya and feel themselves subdued. The purpose of the jizya is to make the Jew and the Christian know that they are inferior and subjugated to Islam. Okay? In the Muslim state, although the Jew and Christian is free to practice their religion, this is allowed, but they cannot display their cross. And even in the time of Umar, they were not allowed to reconstruct or construct new churches. All of this is to create an atmosphere where it is encouraging the people to come to Iman and Islam.
In order to expose British terror groups like Al-Muhajirun and supporters of Sharia, Glenn Genvy collaborated with Jonathan Galt and acquired recordings of the group's meetings held in London mosques. The tapes reveal open incitement to violence and terror, in particular from Abu Hamza al-Masri, who calls upon followers to kill the kuffar, or non-Muslims.
What makes Allah happy? Allah is happy when a kafir gets killed.
Abu Hamza, in one of the clips, is talking about the word kufar, that if you are not a Muslim and you live in a Muslim land, you are like a cow. That's his word.
You see, the Islamic rule, if a kafir goes into a Muslim country and he's walking by, he's like a cow going, anybody could take him. That is the Islamic rule, and this is the opinion of the fuqaha. It's not my opinion. If you read the books of jihad, you'll see.
You can take him to market, you can sell him.
Kafir is walking by, he went inside, you catch him, what are you doing here? Then he's a Buddha, you can sell him the market.
You can kill him.
If Muslims cannot take them to and sell them in the market, then you just kill them. Again, it is up to them to do it or not to do it. I wouldn't argue in behalf of a kafir, because you see, this is the limit. When it comes to Muslim, everything with regard to a Muslim, his blood, his money, and his honor is preserved, unless it's proven otherwise. Unless he commits adultery, for example, then he could be killed. Unless he commits kufr, then he could be killed. Unless he doesn't pay the zakat, then half of his money should be taken. And this kind of thing. When it comes to a kafir, then everything with regard to a kafir, his blood, his money, and his honor, open. This is why the Hanafi even mazhab, they say, taking money from the kafir, stealing money from the kafir. It's called stealing. Don't think it's jihad or anything. It's called stealing. But it's stealing from an unprotected person. Who gives him the protection? Who gives the protection to a Muslim? Allah. Umirtu I've been ordered أن أقاتل الناس, to fight people, حتى يقولوا, until they say لا إله إلا الله, فإن قالوها, if they say, عصموا مني, they protect from me, ما لهم, their money, ودماءهم, and their blood. إلا بحقها, except with what is the right of La ilaha. Don't just tell me La ilaha illallah and then you do something against it. إلا بحقها, except with its right. That hadith is actually being used by Abu Bakr as-Siddiq when the Sahaba told him, how come you fight people who are saying La ilaha illallah and they pray? He said, didn't you see the Rasul said, إلا بحقها, except with its right? In the other hadith states, and they pray, and they do the salah, and they pray, and they pay the zakah. Also the ayahs in the Quran, it says, La ilaha illallah, and do the salah, and do the zakah. So who's going to argue on behalf of a kafir, and tell you, no, don't do that? They can advise, they can suggest, they can tell you, look, it's going to cause problem, but not argue on their behalf. That is obscene. Not tell you, oh, don't do this and don't do that. Especially when these people argue against Muslims, and give the kafirs upper hands against them. So if people, for example, people ask me about France and this and that, I say, go and do it. You know, not only banks, post office as well, and don't leave anything. Just go hoover, take, shoot and loot.